Let me pull up this post that you referenced earlier from AOC. You sent it to me, and then I pulled it up May 30th, 2020. This is just after the George Floyd incident. It's the summer of love. Some of the worst rioting we have ever seen in this country. Some of the worst rioting we have seen, the most damage and loss since the 50s. Mm-hmm. Dozens of lives lost. AOC, protesting safely, what to wear. Nondescript solid layer clothing, heat-resistant gloves.
Sorry, what?
Heat-resistant right there.
gloves.
Goggles, mask, emergency contacts written down. Tie your hair up. Don't bring things you don't want to be arrested with. They got pot and they got a knife.
Nice.
Turn your cell phone off.
Why would you turn your cell phone off if
Can't
you're
be tracked.
protesting safely?
Yeah.
Well, I actually, if it was just the
What was the date? What's the date?
May 30th.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If it look, I think
2020.
I'll tell you what the one thing that really alarms me, and it's the heat-resistant gloves.
Me too.
That is her basically saying, get ready for terrorism.
Yeah.
Now look, if you
Absolutely. Why would you wear heat-resistant gloves?
Molotov cocktails,
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it could also
Lighting a fire.
tear gas canisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tear gas can get hot when it's or cold. I'm not sure which one. Is it exothermic?
I don't know.
When it's I think it might get hot. I'm not sure.
I'm not
You're
sure.
trying to find out if I'm undercover Antifa right now.
maybe.
You're like, Jamie,
So-
which one is it?
Well, so
Do
when
you
there's-
have your heat-resistant gloves with you?
Maybe.
decompression is usually cold,
Right.
but I've heard people say hot. So someone in the chat can correct me.
This would be
But
arson.
wearing insulating gloves is literally about picking up tear gas and throwing it, or Molotov cocktails, or starting fires.
But it says protesting safely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well,
For
yeah.
you, yeah.
To be fair, and this is not, I have a list of things you were talking about that I would much rather defend than AOC right now, but could it also be, which is also bad, fire could be there, this is how you protect yourself, not inciting wear these gloves so you can make fire.
Not at a safe protest. Not at a peaceful protest.
Also, don't bring anything you want to be arrested with.
Yeah.
Well, look. I've seen people get wrongfully arrested at protests, and I've seen people get arrested because the cops can't make a determination on who's the ones throwing the Molotovs, and so they'll arrest everybody and then sort it out. I don't agree with it always. Sometimes it's like, okay, I don't know how you solve the problem, but telling someone, I think it's good advice to turn your cell phone off and turn off Face and Touch ID, because the cop can take your phone and hold up to your face and then get into it.
Yeah, it's
and
not cool.
Fourth Amendment, I'm not a fan. The one thing I'm like, I want people to protest safely. I want them to have a washcloth and snacks and stuff, but they tell you to bring water for drinking and tear gas and to wear heat-resistant gloves, and I'm like, sounds like y'all are getting ready for some violence.
That is not a safe protest. That's not, or at least that's not a protest I would want to be involved in.
There's a saying
I wouldn't
you'll
want to be
hear.
near any of that.
The left likes to post a meme where they say, to look who's starting a riot, to look at who is starting a riot, look who came dressed for the riot, and they show riot cops. And then I'm just like,
That's you.
and you're also wearing masks with heat-resistant gloves and showing up with sunglasses and bricks and bats and stuff. Yeah, you're both. The
Right.
cops wouldn't be there wearing riot gear if rioters weren't showing up.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they
no.
do show up, which creates a precedent. And now the police will show up in riot gear regardless.
Speaking of AOC, she was just arrested this week.
Faking being handcuffed.
Well, first off, they were
Did
late.
she have her heat-resistant gloves when she was arrested?
She did not. She
Oh,
did
she
not.
didn't read her own crap.
She didn't. She
Come
forgot.
on,
her.
man.
Well, they were laying in the street. They were
Okay.
laying across the road. The Capitol Police asked them 3 times, Congresswomen, would you please get out of the road? You may get run over. They refused.
Yeah.
And so the police were escorting them out. But here's something, you guys. I want everyone to know. You can go to cuffthesquad.com
Oh, no.
and
No,
send
what is
AOC or Ilhan Omar some handcuffs.
Oh my gosh, really?
So for those that don't know,
Cuffthesquad.com.
they pretended to be handcuffed.
They did. They pretended. So send her some. See, there's her picture. Now, also, I want to point out it was like 93 degrees at the time.
It's very warm.
It is
Yeah,
warm.
she's wearing a lot. She's wearing
They
a
are
And she
all-
doesn't look
they're-
sweaty.
They're both wearing dark clothing, long sleeves.
Nondescript
handcuffs.
clothing.
Yeah.
And a green scarf for the group that George Soros funds.
Interesting.
Yep, that was out in the news today. That it was
Oh,
an
that's right.
it was an organized effort with a George Soros funded group.
The green
Ron?
scarves?
Something
Yeah, the
like
green
that.
scarf.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the group, but it's out in the news, and the whole thing was organized. So we want them to have handcuffs because they don't have any there when
Yeah.
they're faking their
They need
arrest.
their handcuffs.
They
If
need
they-
them.
if they
Cuffthesquad.com.
There you
If
go.
they had their own, they could have taken the cuffs out, put them on, behind their own backs.
Their photos would have been a lot better for their
Right, yeah.
fundraising emails.
That would have been
It
cool.
would have been seamless.
Just
Yo,
fake
this-
blood smeared across their face.
This one
Right.
this story really pissed me off. It is
It
a
should.
brazen and blatant attempt at, they know the media will protect them.
Mm-hmm.
AOC can go on Colbert and make up nonsense about the Civil War. Did you see that one?
No,
She
I
went
don't.
on,
I don't watch Stephen
No one
Colbert.
you know, I respect it.